Very good, friends. Doc South saying hi. Sunday morning, in a minute or two, I've all packed up and ready to go out to the Hackettstown Street Fair. This being Sunday the 16th, looks like we're going to have a beautiful day for it. Got to say, this weekend is a nice payback for all the rainy weekends we've had this year. Oh my gosh, so many rainouts. Or so hot you couldn't think straight. Of course, I guess most of the rain's down in the Carolinas, which is, oh my gosh, that was an awful scene there. But it looks like they're in true Tar Heel fashion. They'll have things, I'm sure, back together soon enough. As soon as Florence leaves leaves the state, I imagine she's not welcome at the moment. No, oh my gosh. But on a brighter note, last night I DJ'd at Jumboland for the Wanderers Cruise Night. I thought it went very well. We had a perfect night for it. You didn't, it's one of those things where you want some cars to show up. You don't necessarily need millions of cars to show up, being it's the first night. This way you get a chance to kind of get the kinks out. There weren't that many kinks anyway, but the thing is, I think we had, I'd say somewhere between 80 and 100. It's hard to count cars at a cruise night. They keep moving around. Yeah, it's like puppies. Yeah, you just, almost impossible. But I think the Wanderers got themselves a winner. Honestly, I think they do. Jumboland is on Route 206, north of the Chatterbox. You go north from the Chatterbox on 206. It's about 3 to 4 miles. You'll see it. If you're heading north, it's on the right. If you pass a little side of the road flea market on the left, you've gone about a tenth of a mile too far. And so I was there. I had to work at the Acme. I got there around 4. There were already some hot rods there. Some folks. We had to decide on a good spot for me to put the van. I've wound up being in kind of a small pine tree grove, which seemed to be a good spot. I aimed one speaker to the north, one to the south, and we started cooking. I was able to play right out of my van. Nice thing is in that pine grove, people can't see all the rust spots on my van that well. So that's, I felt a little better about that. And although I don't know, I'm getting to kind of like those rust spots. It's kind of like, the old, the old DJ with a car older in dirt. I don't know. Somehow it fits my image. In any case, so there was a lot of really nice vehicles there. I think some that were new to the Wanderers Cruise Nights. It struck me that there was some new blood on the property. Oh gosh, it looks to me like, well, Tommy of Jumboland, the owner, wasn't there that night, but his crew handled it well. They were cooking hamburgers and hot dogs outside if people wanted to go and get some. There, or they could go inside. The Jumboland looks kind of smaller than the Chatterbox, but honestly, I think they've got just about as many booths and little nooks and crannies in the place. I think they do. It's a little more condensed. Kitchen crew seemed to be doing okay. They were overwhelmed, a bit, but they did I think, a fine job. Looked like everybody got fed. Of course, you can go up to the window and get ice cream. And like I said, outside, you could have a hamburger, a perfectly good hamburger cooked for you in no time at all. So I know I asked them if they could get me a coffee. I had the coffee and, way quicker than I could brew it. That much I know. And everyone, and there's a nice shady, like an open-sided pole barn where a lot of folks sat. There's like picnic tables there, so you could eat outside, watch the cars come and go. There's an area where you can park on grass if that's what you like. There's a blacktop area you're welcome to try, and a gravelly area if you don't mind being there, you can be out there too. And the noise won't bother anyone. It's almost impossible to hear beyond Jumboland, so that works. I'm trying to think. My gosh. I don't know. It just all in all, it struck me as I think the Wanderers may have found a really good home there. Oh, and yeah, who who showed up, and this was so cool. Don from the Chatterbox. Yep, he pulled into the crowd. Well, pulled into the lot, walked into the crowd. That might sound better. Yes, and I noticed he was really smiling. Yeah, he's with the Chatterbox being sold, and I guess eventually will be a Wawa. I think Don was worried that a lot of folks, what are they going to do for cruise nights, bike night, Corvette night, and it looks like in many cases Jumboland may be the spot, and I think he looked relieved. Yes, he seemed. I know he was there the rest of the night. It was well past dark that he and his lady friend were heading out. It was, I think, just so cool, and I felt pretty good about it. I figured he'd be showing up, so I kept my copy. Don's favorite song is Bobby Darin's Beyond the Sea, and I just kept it within arm's reach. I saw him in the crowd. The crowd greeted him, and I ran real quick, got that song into the CD player, and hit the button and turned up the volume a little. Don heard it, and just you could see, I think, a very happy smile on his face. Yeah, huh? I know. Gee, and me, I had a ball. Yeah, the place is dog friendly. I think you got to clean up after your dog if they do what comes naturally, but that just goes without saying. And all in all, I guess we're going to go the next couple of Saturdays. That looks to me like the 22nd and the 29th, and then that'll be it, as I understand it, for the rest of the year. But that I think come spring, yep, it's going to be Jumboland. And I got to say, I'm kind of tickled with the thought. I'm kind of tickled. I think it's going to be just fine. Okay, well, enough said. I just wanted to get that out. Many thanks to the Wanderers again for having me be their DJ. I sure do appreciate it. And well, let's keep the oldies flowing. Now well, speaking of oldies, I gotta get my oldie carcass into my old van. But first, I gotta walk my old dog Millie, old Millie the Hound, and then I'm gonna play a bunch of old records at an old town called Hackettstown. Actually, I think Hackettstown been around forever. Yeah. Oh yeah. Darn near. Okay. I'll see you. I think George Washington visited Hackettstown. I think to dedicate a cemetery for Revolutionary War. Revolutionary War soldiers. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, he couldn't take the train. Yes, I think he either rode a horse or stagecoach or something. Yeah. No, he couldn't have brought. He couldn't have come on the bus. No. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Well, here. That's enough. I'll get going. We'll see you later. Thank you. God bless.